Hello Taurus, and welcome into your general tarot card reading for May. So Taurus, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull 8 cards. They're going to represent what the May might hold for you, and please bear in mind this is a general read, so take out of it what you will. So we're going to have all those 8 cards representing May. Then I'm going to pull another card. This another card is going to be a suggestion of the best way forward for you that month. And then a rune card, because I love runes as additional commentary. And I'm going to leave it until the very end. So what do we have? We have the World, we have the High Priestess, we have a Page of Pentacles, we have an Ace of Cups, we have a Page of Swords, we have a Wheel of Fortune, and we have a Two of Pentacles and Page of Wands. And I kind of like it because this is kind of forcing you, whatever is going to happen in May, Aries, there's it's like a new chapter, but new chapter is about to begin, but you have to tidy up certain things in order to move forward. So the World is representing a completion. It's representing almost coming to the end of some kind of cycle or some kind of phase in your life. And now you're about to take the final look. You're going to look back and evaluate things and see, okay, so what I need from what I have learned, what is needed, and it's almost like what I want to take with me and to move forward. And I really like it because this is all about, for some of you, starting afresh and with a lot of optimism and a high spirit, which is great. And I think because for some of you it also means that you were stripped down of many things. It's almost like life took you on a journey. You might went through some kind of tumble dryer kind of experience, and you know, you might just felt bruised a little bit and battered, but now things are kind of moving in the right way. And the High Priestess is representing this kind of feel. High Priestess is representing you almost having a faith or some kind of belief in a better future, and that is representing some kind of by the High Priestess. And the High Priestess also is representing the Isis, and Isis is very much linked with the Taurus, so with the crescent moons over here. So this is all about the choices, because you see you have those 2 columns over here, and those columns that are representing duality, that this kind of principle of that everything is one and everything is almost the same, even though this might be black or white, because they're that different spectrum of the same thing. And this is all about coming together. And because she has that veil behind her, this veil is representing this other realm, those things that we access by our intuition, dreams, you know, psychic experience, mystic experience in general. So, and it's also representing quite often a mystic or occult knowledge. But in this particular case, what I would say, this is almost either you might have found some kind of philosophy or something that is allowing you to move forward. It's giving you a strength, it's giving you some kind of comfort. That is on one level. And then we have a Page of Pentacles and we have an Ace of Cups. And Page of Pentacles, because you have a pages 3 over here, and that is very interesting, because the pages that might be representing, sometimes they're representing literally people, but pages quite often represent this idea of the new beginnings, learning something, going on a journey. And the Wheel of Fortune is also representing the shift and the change on the journey. And the Ace of Cups is also representing this. So basically, Page of Pentacles saying that you are willing to give up something in order to be appreciated, or you're willing to pay for something that might be a luxury, or something that is nice to have, something that might be I don't know, know, maybe you can call it a aspirational. So there might be a retreat, there might be a holiday, there might be very different things. But the Page of Pentacles is willing. It's willing because can see the benefit on the end of it. And Ace of Cups, and that might be equally, you know what, you might be paying for a course, you might be paying towards something else, some kind of fees towards tuition fees, towards education, some kind of, this is a general read, so I'm just trying to cover whatever it is here, with the view of this is a step towards something big and greater, but equally there's something that you are, it's almost either you know that it's going to pan out well, or you kind of have that feeling. And whatever the Ace of Cups is representing, because Ace of Cups is representing sometimes it's representing our emotions and other people's emotions, and it's representing the flow and things going in balance. So I would say this is balance between the financial side and emotional side, and there's some kind of willingness. However, having said that, basically because you have a Page of Swords and you have the Two of Pentacles over here and Wheel of Fortune, there's going to be some kind of wobble over here for you, because all of a sudden you might just become unsure. All of a sudden you might just, it's just like, it's normal. We go with the flow, everything is fine, and then something is happening, most likely us starting thinking or want to either, I don't know. Sometimes the Page of Swords is representing this kind of attitude that we might display when we want to impress other people, or we validate ourselves through the eyes of others. And sometimes we feel like we might be not enough, or we are not sure. Emotionally, we just become unstable. And this is, you know, he is kind of wobbling over here, and there's another wobble because there's a lack of clarity. And basically what the overall reading is just go with that flow. Don't allow your own thoughts and your own insecurities to get in your way, because if that's going to get in your way, the Wheel of Fortune is representing something going to come up out of woodwork. It's like almost you're going to, you know, you're going to manifest something that you're afraid of to a certain degree. And I guess the thing over here is to not do it, to just go with the flow. If you're unsure of, just be very straightforward. I'm not sure about this. And ask about the direction, what is the best way forward, how we can move it. It's almost find the resolution. The Page of Swords, instead of blundering through or pretending we know something that we don't, is telling you to not do it, because it's going to bite you on the end. It might bite you on the end. So if you can, you know, it's really up to you, Taurus. It is your reading, but it's really up to you. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune and we have Two of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune is representing there's immense change. Wheel of Fortune is representing because the Wheel of Fortune is almost like, for me, is law of cause, because something is causing this. Something is like a domino effect. Things in the past, our decisions, whatever we chose to do or not do, or whatever we chose to proceed, or whatever deeds we done, this is coming to the fruition, because it's like, you see that is a clock, and this is very much like I see it as a kind of Newtonian physics. Is where is the, you know, one causes another, where is action, there's reaction. Basically, that is the Wheel of Fortune for me. And the Wheel of Fortune is representing also the it's representing attraction. So sometimes we're meeting people in our lives in order to learn, for better or worse. Sometimes those people, they are bringing the best, or sometimes the worst out of us. But this is all about understanding the relationships and the reason for it, because those things are going to keep cropping out until we're not going to realize the relationship between us and this thing, or those people, or those situations. Two of Pentacles is representing there might be emotional struggle, there might be a financial struggle, is representing things are kind of moving, they are in the flow over here, they're flowing, but it's very much up and down. Things are kind of that finding the way. It's Two of Pentacles might be representing you know, you might be juggling with money, you might have it's also talking about, okay, what came through is like picking up the right kind of priorities. You cannot have it all, you cannot have a cake and eat it, because you see, you have this one pentacle over here, he's focusing, the Page of Pentacles is focusing on one thing, and this chappy in the Two of Wands, he is trying to juggle two things at once, and he only sees the one coin, and another coin is somewhere up there. He's thinking about it, he thinks he has it, and this is kind of juggling and recognizing the delicate balance over here. But what I would say, this is about the focus and not putting too much pressure on yourself, Taurus, in order to deliver or do something. So it's just one thing at a time. And the Page of Swords is representing a beginning, it's representing an endeavor, it's representing sometimes it might be learning, sometimes it might be to do with the travel, but this is all about going forward. Whatever chapter has opened here, he's representing and kind of denoting, yes, you're ready for it, go for it. And would I say is the right direction for you? Yes, I said it would. Apart from that wobble that you're going to have, things look rather up for you, Taurus, in May. What's the additional commentary? You see, that is not additional commentary, that is the best way forward, actually. The best way forward, Taurus, in this particular case, is Two of Swords. So detach yourself from emotions. There are certain things that might be irritating you, and that might be represented by the Page of Swords, because Two of Swords is representing the negative of the air. Air is usually something that moves. You know, do we see air? No, we don't see the air, but we breathe the air. In an air, it's representing movement. The Wheel of Fortune is also representing the elements of the air, and the Page of Swords as well. So this is air in a movement, but it's kind of movement that everything kind of moves very quickly, backward, forwards, whereas Two of Swords is representing this more kind of stale aspect of the air, and sometimes it's representing emotional denial or lack of wanting to approach things and look at them from perspective of some kind of intellectual honesty. But in particular case for you, as the best way forward is focus on what you have, on your own stability. Don't allow things to get to you on an emotional level, and certain things you shouldn't be, certain things that irritate you, just learn how to ignore them. Basically, learn how to ignore them. So what is the additional commentary over here? Things need time. This is God represented. There's Ingus, there is ink. He's representing the growth, he's representing the seed and things sprouting, and Page as well is representing the sprouts and growth. So basically allowed things to grow, and as you can see, he is very much focused. He's all about looking up and looking into the future. So it's almost the only thing that is here to well, actually there are two things. So in terms of the additional commentary here, Taurus, is to know that things need time, but also focus. You need to focus. So Taurus, that is the overall reading for you for May. Thank you for tuning, and bye for now.